Greetings, beloved. So nice to be here with you again. I haven't posted in a while. I was celebrating my solar return. It was wonderful. I'm still kind of there in my mind in terms of relaxation and rejuvenation and reflection and all of that. But of course, I have stuff I want to share. So, my thoughts today have to do with the power that is being bestowed on us and us being in a position to be able to manage that power. Okay? Power without proper control, meaning proper management, meaning self management, meaning self control. Okay? Power without self control and power without self management could be self destructive. It can be self destructive. And when I say self destructive, it can be destructive in general. But once you start destroying the energy around you, because everything is connected, it's also self destructive. When they say pride comes before the fall, right? It's because that whom has power is not managing it properly. And when things come into balance, they will fall, right? So with us coming into our power, it's really important that we have self-control and self-management to be able to manage ourselves, right? With this power being given to us. Because if we're not, we are going to unconsciously, subconsciously give that power away to other people. And in essence, those people, those circumstances, things outside of us are going to then control us and have control over us with the very power that we gave them. You see, nobody can truly have power over you unless you gave your power away to them to be able to use that power on you. One of my favorite sayings is that no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. So no one can have power over you without you having first surrendered that power to them. Okay? I love words. If you watch my videos at all, you see I like to break down words and stuff. When it comes to the word reign, right, we're talking about our power, which also goes in line with our sovereignty. So when you look at the word reign, which means to rule and to govern, right, R-E-I-G-N, right, it's also tied to the word rein, R-E-I-N, which is what controls a horse's mouth. Those leather straps which control the movement of a horse, right? So what I want to say is, in order to righteously reign, you have to know how to hold the reins, okay? You have to know how to hold the reins in your life in order to righteously reign as a king, as a queen, as royalty, as sovereign beings. Okay? And when we do not know how to hold the reins, and the reins are placed in the hands of another who was not rightfully granted that assignment, it can get very messy and we can easily lose control of our lives. And that brings me into the point of there being a difference between support and dependence. Okay? There is a distinction between support and dependence, and I think a lot of us get frustrated when we are depending on entities that we are actually supposed to only be using as support. Okay? Dependence should essentially be on oneself, and the support should be how things outside of you, people outside of you, are supporting you in your stance that you take, right? But instead, a lot of times we depend on others for our wellness. We depend on others for our sense of stability and security. We depend on others to be our foundation, right? But support is to hold the foundation together, keep it from falling and collapsing, right? But it should not be the foundation itself, okay? You should be your own foundation, dependent on oneself to sustain yourself, and then the support is there to help you, keep you in place, and stop you from falling. And I think a lot of us get frustrated because we're getting it a little mixed up, especially in our intimate relationships and partnerships, and even in our relationships with maybe not necessarily people, but with organizations and institutions and, social structures that we grow a dependence upon, right? To where our lifeline is connected to something outside of us. And that's the difference, right? It shouldn't be that our lifeline is connected to things outside of us, right? It should just mean that it's supporting us where, we're not looking for it to help us exist, right? We're not looking to help us sustain ourselves, but we're just looking for it as a help, right? Help, right? And there's this saying that says, God helps those who help themselves. Classic sayings, man. All these sayings you go up on, there's so much, truth in them. God helps those who help themselves. So how can we say we are sovereign? How can we call ourselves powerful? How can we say we want to reign and rule as kings and queens, right? But our governing power, our ruling power, our rulership is in the hands of something else, in the hands of someone else. And our state of being, our emotional well-being, our emotional wellness, our psychological stability is dependent upon the actions of others, the moods of others, the behavior of others. That is not how royalty functions, beloved. If you want to reign, you must hold the reins. If you want to reign, you must hold the reins. Self-governance, self-control, self-rulership. It does no man good to have power over anything if he does not first have power over himself. So if you are in a relationship or a partnership, or notice that somebody else or something outside of you has the ability to dictate how your day goes, what thoughts you're thinking, how you're feeling at any given moment, and they're the ones that hold the reins to your stability, your wellness, your mental health, your happiness, you have to reevaluate that. Because that's a very vulnerable state to be in. And if you want to reign as a king or queen, you do not want your domain to be vulnerable. You want to build a strong fortress around your domain. Guard your heart, guard your mind. Be the guardian of your garden, right, which is your energy field. And have self-control. Take responsibility, take authority, take dominion over your mental wellness, your emotional wellness, right? Tap into your signature frequency. And others should help support you in that, right? But you should not be depending on others for you to be able to get to that state. You should establish it within and use the external circumstances as a support. I hope that was clear. That was some of my thoughts for today. Till next time, love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. I love sharing with y'all. I love this time. I love interacting. Hit me up and DM if you want to discuss anything further. This is a wonderful opportunity to connect, and I love social media for that purpose. So enjoy your day till next time.